Did you see our boy Elon in the Oval Office with his son?
Mm-hmm.
What did you think?
I thought it was hilarious.
You thought it was hilarious?
His son.
I was appalled.
Because you know that's coming from the parent.
Yeah.
And that's just what that is. This is like, he is a little disrespectful.
He cursed out Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
This is the part that I felt appalled. There's a fear of old white men and the things that they will and will not do, right? Mm-hmm. And when you see them getting played, you're like, what is happening? We could have all just been playing back in your face. Like, so you let somebody that works for you in the Oval Office, everybody in there got on a suit and he got on a baseball cap. Like right there, I was like, who is he? Michael Jackson at the Grammys? Like, who is he? Elon. And then you got the kid on, and then Elon posted on X a picture of JFK Jr. and little John in the Oval Office, and then him and his son in the Oval Office. These two things are not alike. You're not the president. My mouth was open because I felt like it had to be something like an SNL skit. Like, there's no way this is a real thing.
Literally.
They just playing. They just playing, and they were not playing.
Mm-hmm. It's like The Simpsons.
It's like The Simpsons.
But in real life.
Hi guys, welcome to another great episode of MainStage Podcast. I'm your host, Onika McLean.
And I'm Ania Hall. What's going on?
Hey daughter.
Hey, hey mommy.
Hey mommy, how you doing?
Good.
Do you like calling me mommy? Not when the boys around. You can call me Nika. I'm ready to be sis. You know, you be like, I'm ready. I think that at a certain age, you could just call me sis. No,
I call you Nika sometimes.
yeah, but you could do
Or
that.
I call you Neek sometimes.
You could do that in the street. Just call
Only
me
when
Neek
you're
Neek.
not listening.
You be like Neek because you don't want to start yelling at me, and then I tell the whole family that you tried to put me in a home or try to beat me up. You know, I'll be making up stuff sometimes.
You just be lying.
It's not lying. It's a
I
making
be
up
lying
stuff.
too. I don't care.
No, you should care
I live
about
my
lying.
life. I do what I want to do.
Wait, let's talk about this Super Bowl halftime show. First of all, shout out to the Eagles. Yay. I felt like
You don't even know nobody from the Eagles.
I know that it was a black guy.
Unless you got the colors on.
I know that it was a black guy with a black wife. That was the
Everybody
that was
on
a
that
quarterback.
Eagles team.
They fine. They said everybody in
Everybody looked really nice. I was watching the TV show. I was like,
they were fine.
That's fine. That's a fine piece of specimen over there.
But
there's another one over there.
Have you been to
Over
Philadelphia?
there, over
It's
there.
fine men in Philadelphia.
Yeah, but they all are Muslim and
It's
cheats.
okay. They care, but they care about Allah. So they gonna pray
Nothing's
6
wrong
times
with
a day.
that. No, nothing's wrong about them being Muslim. I'm just saying, I don't know. It's just like
I don't think
too close to home.
I don't think that you have. It's on 2 hours, and I don't think
That's what I'm saying. It's too close.
It's not too close. What are you talking about?
It's too close.
You date New York boys.
I don't date anyone.
Okay, now today,
Actually,
in
I
this
do
moment,
sometimes.
yeah, just
I don't
lying.
know.
You're just gonna lie. You're just gonna just be like lying. So no, Philly guys are like. I feel like Philly guys are
I just do that for my kids.
a Southern New York. You know what I'm saying? Like Philly guys got that same grit, but you could tell like they gonna use
hustle till the sun come up.
They gonna
Shut up booty when the sun go down.
shea butter.
It's a cold winter. Y'all niggas
Better
better bundle up. That's
okay?
every time I think about Philly. That's exactly what.
Shout out to Beanie
That's literally
Siegel.
where
Shout-
my brain goes.
Shout out to Beanie
It's
Siegel.
a freeway.
You don't think about Meek Mills when you think about Philadelphia. You think
I mean,
about
yeah.
Beanie
I mean, he crosses a mind, but like, no.
You think? Oh, so I saw a video of Beanie Siegel. He's sick, right?
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to him. Sorry, our heartfelt wishes and God, whatever.
That didn't seem genuine.
I'm sorry because I was like a little shocked. I was like, oh, he's sick, damn. And it's crazy. You know why? Because all of my hip hop heads, brethrens, idols, like they old men now. Like it's so crazy. I'm like, no, we're young. We can't stop. Well, no Diddy, but we are young forever. We are the generation that never grow up because we Toys R Us kids. And now, I don't know.
You know what I would like to speak about?
What?
Did you see what the real issue is with Wendy Williams?
Yes. So okay, Wendy
and
Williams.
that's why you need to be careful who you have children by, because they grow up and they be just like the person that you don't like from them.
Yeah,
but from the spouse, because there's no way
that is her son.
It's her son. There's no way, but it's the truth.
It's her son, little Kevin.
It's sad.
But the other piece is the reason why they're saying that she doesn't have capacity is because she probably needed to sue him, make him go to jail, because that's grand theft, larcety.
She's not going to report it. She could.
But the bank probably wanted her to. And this is all speculation. Allegedly, TMZ has this documentary of Wendy Williams, and they said that it's her son. And yeah, sometimes it be your own kids. Sometimes it be your own kids. But let me tell you something. I'ma sue you motherfucking bitches. If y'all trying to take my little $2.50 that I get from the comedy club, you going to jail.
I don't want your $2.50.
I'm just saying, if you do want my $2.50, you going to jail, because that's the other piece.
They said $20,000 on Uber Eats.
But Uber Eats is like double the price.
No. $20,000 on Uber Eats in a month?
Yeah. It's that time. It's on that kind of time.
He rented a yacht and alerted his mom and said, hey, it's only going to be like $1,000 something. You know, she's Wendy Williams, so I'm guessing that's okay. But the yacht ended up being $100,000.
Yeah, I heard
to rent it.
Yeah, I heard that. And that's crazy, because let me tell you something. Wells Fargo.
The way I would have threw him down the steps.
But the other piece is Wells Fargo need that money to invest. And so when he's blowing it and she ain't doing nothing about it.
Now they're like, what's going on? Are you not aware? Especially because those types of charges were probably not something that she was doing when she was alert about her finances. Yeah,
she said that she's really thrifty. So she's been very thrifty. So they knew that those were her spending habits. So that's just what happened. That's messed up.
I didn't know that the bank really paid attention like that.
The bank uses your money to make money.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to use your, a couple $1,000s, but she got a couple millions and millions of dollars.
And if they've just been sitting in the account,
it's done. It's different. Like she's a partner with the bank. Like when you make a certain amount of money, you have
equity in the bank.
You're a private client.
They
have private client services.
Okay.
So it's a situation where you have your own personal banker, and your own personal banker sit down with you and they say da 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 da. That's how it is when you have money for real. You don't even go into the bank. They come to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's different levels. It's levels to this thing. So that's what's going on. But I didn't know that the bank brought the charges. I assumed that it was somebody that was just on her team, but no, it was the bank.
When she was explaining it, she was like, Kevin, he's a good child, which makes me believe that, okay, clearly this is just something that's new that he probably started doing just because.
No, he probably was doing it when he were able to get capacity and access, because what I read is he had a lady call the bank and act like they was Wendy Williams. So that is fraud. He needs to be in
that's big
jail,
Kevin,
like
allegedly.
But Big Kevin, if you think about it, Big Kevin always had Wendy Williams back. He was just a cheater. So he didn't even make out that well in their divorce, because she was able to keep all her production company stuff. So he really didn't make out like they thought he was going to make out, because what he thought was going to happen is that he was going to take his side chick and it was going to be all the bells and whistles, and then the side chick was like, what you mean you broke?
I'm glad that she's able to know what's actually happening and know where it's coming from. And obviously their relationship will be repaired. That's her son. That's her only child. They'll figure it out.
But she is in a jail, basically.
No, but they're trying to end the conservatorship. So hopefully that goes through and she'll be able to get her life back. Because from what I saw, like the clips from the TMZ, she was speaking. Like she was fine. She was like, I don't want to be here. Like this is just, I feel like I'm like a prisoner on my own.
She was speaking on the Breakfast Club. So like this is crazy. But this is a telltale sign that all you older people, put your money in trusts so that people cannot get it. So you don't even own it. Now the trust own it, and they have to go through certain things in order to get your money. Because I know in New York City what happens as home ownership, homes that are in your name when you get older, they do deed theft. It's a lot of deed theft in the city, because what they'll do is take an older, most times black person, they take their house because they're older and their kids don't want it, and then they switch the deed over. They change the water bill, and then they make you owe a lot of money in water, or they take your tax bill and change the address, and then now you owe taxes that you didn't know, because when you're older sometimes you don't see the paper.
Who's doing this?
Oh, the city knows who's doing it. I can't say because I don't want to get canceled, but y'all know who y'all are.
Oh, it's like an actual group of people that are doing this?
Mm-hmm. They call scammers.
No, but
yeah, it's a bad thing. You can look it up. People get their deeds stolen in New York all the time. But if you have your property in trust, then it's harder to do. But yeah, it's a mess. New York is the most corrupt place. Oh, speaking of corruption, shout out to Eric Adams. He got off. Donald Trump pardoned him, I guess, because the DOJ stopped the investigation on him. They did a stipulation of dismissal without prejudice. No, with prejudice. And with prejudice is even worse. You know why? Mm-hmm. Because they can bring that action again with him later. Mm-hmm. So they said, no, we're not going to get you now, but we reserve the right to get you later, which means he is going to have to be a puppet. He is going to have to be a puppet. He going to be like, Donald Trump, you like ice in your drink? How many? 1 or 2? You like ice in your Department of Education?
And like, either way, they're going to lay the hammer down on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. So,
but I mean, black people are not monolithic. That's what people say all the time. So we get to be crooks too. Not calling them a crook, but we get to be like, why can't we be like, we don't have to be all great. I was having a conversation with someone recently about black people resting. You know, this is a whole thing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
What like how we just, not at the rallies. We're
just letting it fall into place or fall however it needs to, because we're kind of like done advocating.
How do you feel about that?
As someone who's been into activism, I totally think that it is just what needs to happen. Yeah. It's like at a point where it's like beating a dead horse. Yeah. And then also like I don't really feel like I want to be fighting for others when it comes time for like actual like justice. It's never fully for me. It just kind of seems like I'm fighting for others. Yeah. And then facts. And then when it's time to actually fight for me, it's always like under some type of contingency or being told how I should feel about something or how I shouldn't feel about something or how I should go about fighting for my own personal rights for my people. So it's just like, this is dumb. I'm not going to fight for you if you're not going to fight for me. And
I feel like we shouldn't have to fight.
I'm done. What the heck? I know America doesn't like my black self. I'm okay with that. That's fine.
You be like, we cool, America. You got that one, and I think that's
cool with me. And the thing is, y'all knew that they didn't like me neither. You're just appalled now because now you're seeing that they don't like you too.
But you know what it is, because that's the American dream. The American dream is sold, whereas come over to America where you can have land of milk and honey and almost be white. So then everybody goes to try to be white, and then they realize white people don't want you to be white, and now y'all sit up there like but they definitely don't want you to be black. So now it's a situation where we're in this limbo state, and I am glad that I don't have to fight anymore. In my mind, I'm like, you know what? The world is going to be what the world is going to be. And why do we have to? It's like being in a bad relationship and you fighting your partner to stay. If we fighting to stay in this relationship and we fighting each other, then is it a relationship?
No.
And so it's a situation as a Black American, I can't go back home because guess what? This is my home. So we just going to be here. And I'm going to just exfoliate and try to drink water and take naps and
worry about you.
And pray for those that are dealing with the stuff that we've been dealing with for a very, very long time. I just did not realize so many cultures didn't mess with Black people. Even Black people, like Africans, Western. Like, I didn't realize that so many people did not mess with African Americans. And I've always heard growing up in New York, oh, African Americans are lazy. And I'm saying to myself, how could that be when civil rights is a thing and slavery was a thing? Who told you that? And who told you that is the people that came here, and y'all believed it and y'all repeated it. That's the crazy part. And so now is a situation where, and even the Brits, did you see the podcast lady that she's famous. She was talking about the Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. The girl, I actually like the girl, but she I think she said instead of Uncle Sam, she said Uncle Tom.
Yeah.
I was like, girl, you don't even know American history for real.
But why would she? She's from Britain.
No, I understand, but if that's the case, like, nobody told you, like, hey, that's wrong. Like, you have a whole production team. Nobody stopped you. Because it just kind of seems like you're just talking out of your butt.
Yeah, you are.
And I like her, so it's not even like a dig, because people make mistakes all the time, so it is what it is. But sometimes you got to do your homework before you're talking on people's culture, especially with Black culture, because
we're hurting right now.
No. I don't even think we're hurting. I think that we are in a space where we are content about what our circumstances are, and we're just worried about ourselves. I don't really think it's a hurting situation. I feel like a hurting situation was like a couple years ago when they were like doing all the protests and the riots and all that stuff like that.
George Floyd.
Exactly. This is not a hurting stage for us.
I was hurt after Kamala didn't win. I was.
Yeah, but that was a couple months ago. I'm not assuming that that's what you were talking about, a hurting stage. Like, we're in 2025. She's not the president. But, no.
You are shady. I know that.
No, I'm not. She's not the president, and that's fine. She was our first vice president. A female was a Black woman. That's amazing.
It is amazing, but I just wanted her
to
be
voted
president.
for her, and I wanted her to be the president just as much as you did. But at the end of the day, we all realized that that's not something that America wants. So that's what's not going to happen.
Well, that's what America doesn't want. You're right.
But what doesn't need to be done is everyone always thinking like, oh, I wish she was this, I wish she was that, because it's just kind of like an aftermath, like an afterthought.
Okay, you saying get over
type
it?
Of situation. No, it's not even a get over it. It's just kind of like they already played in her face. We don't need to keep reiterating that they played in her face.
You're right. Okay.
Let her just be whatever she's gonna do next, and just be great in that. Because you see when people play in your face all the time, you know what I mean? Just being a Black woman, you could do everything and they still will be like, well, that's not enough. You're not good enough. You're not good enough. So it's just like, I don't really care what you got to say. And I think that she's in that space too. So I know she probably looking at the administration like, oh, I wish I would have voted for me. It's too late though. Deal with the consequences for the next 4 years.
So I just want to add the one thing about, I can't think of the woman's name, and I do like her. I really love her take on relationships and stuff like that. But your take on American culture, I feel like when I was over in Scotland, it was Fringe Festival, so it was a lot of different cultures and heavily British influence. Mm-hmm. And what I noticed just listening to all the sets, America moves the needle around the world. Everybody talks about what we're doing, who we are, it's always our thing. And I understand that, we're the hip thing, but when you speak on our name, make sure that you do your research, because when you do not do your research, it's hurtful. And because oftentimes they just see your Black face and think that you're representing us, and it's not true. That part. But I like the new look. And the way you was eating, girl, you ate down. But Uncle Tom and not wanting to read our performance, that's on y'all. Y'all cool with the monarchy. We not. Okay, that part. So then, did you see our boy Elon in the Oval Office with his son? Mm-hmm. We need to roll a clip. What did you think?
I thought it was hilarious.
You thought it was hilarious?
His son.
I was appalled.
It's just because you know that's coming from the parent.
Yeah.
And that's just what that is. It's just like, he is a little disrespectful. Like he
He's
need to go
only
sit down.
4.
But the fact that he's saying all these things, it's like, oh,
He cursed out Donald Trump. That's the craziest thing in the world to me. This is the part that I felt appalled. You thought it was hilarious. I felt appalled because I was like, there's a fear, and people can pretend all they want to, of old white men and the things that they will and will not do, right? And when you see like them getting played, you're like, what is happening? We could have all just been playing back in your face. Like, so you let somebody come in that works for you, legit supposed to be working for you, in the Oval Office. Everybody in there got on a suit and he got on a baseball cap. Like right there, I was like, who is he? Michael Jackson at the Grammys? Like, who is he? Elon. And then you got the kid on, and then Elon posted on X a picture of JFK Jr. and little John in the Oval Office, and then him and his son in the Oval Office. These two things are not alike. You're not the president. Girl, I'm going to just drink my water and take my naps. It was a lot. I was like, my mouth was open because I felt like it had to be something like an SNL skit. Like, there's no way this is a real thing.
Literally.
They just playing. They're just playing, and they were not playing. They were not playing.
It's like it's like The Simpsons.
Yes. It's like The Simpsons.
But in real life.
And then you got Jasmine Crockett over there. Go ahead, Jasmine. But I'm like, Jasmine, get inside the treasurer. Like, what's happening? No, they're like calling your congressman. Y'all there. I saw a video. They was like, y'all acting ass. Like, y'all scared. Like, it's crazy. This is a crazy time. Well, I saw Elon in there, and then I listened to what President Trump said. I said, wow. You know, as you just say, you ever had a boyfriend and he played in your face, and then you see a girl? This happened to me with your father. This is so funny. So I was like low-key a little bit afraid of your father, right? But I would always just act like I wasn't. But he got this other girlfriend, and she was not having it. And I remember just watching them interact, and she was like, you need your medicine? You okay? And I was like, wow. She let it go down. And some people just need that kind of energy. And damn, Donald Trump, Elon, they going to Mars. You know why they going to Mars?
Yeah, so they can see if they can appropriate and kill aliens.
They don't want to kill aliens
and take over the aliens' lives.
I looked it up.
What?
You know why they going to Mars?
Why?
They want to use it as a backup planet.
Exactly.
A backup planet. They said it got resources. Mars is like so if you 130 pounds on Earth, you 30 pounds on Mars. So long as soon as they figure out that gravity exchange stuff, they that's gonna be their backup planet. I don't know what they're doing with this planet, but that's their backup planet.
So all I need to do is go to the Mars?
All you heard was I'm lighter.
Yeah.
All you heard with all of that is I'm lighter.
It's like I'm in a
girl, you crazy?
No.
Yeah, that's so funny.
I don't know. I just put your seatbelt on and drive through the next 4 years. That's what it just feels like.
Yeah. Just ease up.
As long as we don't become the Handmaid's Tale.
It's okay. I'm off myself. They're gonna be like, nah, go get in the car. I'm gonna be like, no, wait. I'm out here. I'm gonna go see what Jesus is talking about. I ain't got no time. I ain't letting y'all mess up my body. I'm good.
I wouldn't go either.
That's what happened in slavery. You know, a lot of people jumped overboard. They was like, nah, we good. Ain't no way. We know what this is.
I don't know. I feel like a little bit I kind of checked out of politics, even though I definitely am aware a little bit of what's going on. But I feel like overall, I just kind of feel like this country's kind of acting a little bit like a joke. So it just kind of makes me not want to really be in tune of what's going on, but then also like that's kind of dangerous.
It's dangerous not knowing,
because
ignorance is not bliss.
Yeah, it's not bliss before they freaking lock me in chains.
But what it is that you want to be aware, but you don't want to have your energy associated with it.
It's like watching the news.
Yeah,
depressing.
So you want to like, because there's a such thing as energy harvesting. So if they can keep you in fear, if they can keep you afraid, then that's an energy associated with that, and people can transmute that into whatever they want to transmute into. And I think that that's why so many people are upset with Black people as it relates to the protest.
Because they want they that's why it's hilarious. It's just like, whatever, you don't need me, but they want you, because it's a situation where like they want you around to fight their battles for them, but as soon as it's time to fight your specific battles, it's just not important. So this battle is not ours right now.
It's the Lord's.
No, this battle is not ours. The battle is what's going on with y'all, and y'all need to deal with it. That's who you voted for. That's it.
Yeah, that's our president.
Exactly.
That is our president. So, okay, Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance. What are your thoughts?
Okay. So, I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually. If I had to rate it from 1 out of 10, I would definitely give it like a 9.3.
Why?
That's pretty high.
Why?
And I just don't want to give it a 10 because I feel a little bit like, I wish, like, I don't know. I just feel, a part of me, I'm glad that he performed, because he's definitely like worthy of a performance of the Super Bowl. Like, he's a talented artist. But then a little bit is like, dang, like, what if like Lil Wayne performed? Like, on the contrary, like if he wasn't the performer. So just kind of like, dang. But then it's also like, his performance was great and amazing, so it really wasn't like anything was missing. It was just kind of like a what if.
Oh, you saying you wanted him to bring Lil Wayne out?
Yeah, like what if it would have been something different?
But what was Lil Wayne gonna say?
I'm only because I was one of those people that wished that Lil Wayne would have been able to perform at the Super Bowl, because it was in Louisiana. And yeah, like that was just kind of, he wanted to, so it's just kind of like, why wouldn't he be able to?
But didn't they have a little bit of beef off
I don't care about the beef or nothing. I'm just, you asked me about my opinion on it. So that was just kind of like in my mind, I was like, oh, that would be kind of dope if he like added him in. But then when you think about like his whole storytelling of his performance, it clearly wouldn't have made any sense to add him in
his mind.
But the performance in itself was amazing. It definitely told a story. I think my favorite part about it was when Serena Williams was dancing, because like people don't understand, she's from Compton. That's her culture, you know? So I think it was just good to see her in her element, and she looked very comfortable.
Do you know why she did that?
I researched a little bit. They were saying because she wasn't able to do those type of dances like when she was playing sports, because they would have fined her.
No, so in Wimbledon,
that's what I'm saying.
She did do it though.
Yeah. And what happened?
So they were calling her ghetto and saying she's masculine and all that stuff. And when she whipped all of their butts in Wimbledon, she crip walked, and she did it real lightly, and she still got a lot of backlash from it.
Okay, so instead of fining her, she got backlash.
Right, she got backlash.
Okay.
Okay. Like, what the fuck?
No, what do you mean? What's happening?
No, so what I was trying to say is, so when she crip walked this time, it was like, I'm gonna go all out, even with Blue, because if she would have done it the way she did it at the Super Bowl, she said it like, I follow her social media. She said, if I would have danced like I did tonight in Wimbledon, I would have been fine. So I think that her being there was just like, we free in our culture. We're gonna be unapologetically who we are. And y'all just gonna have to deal with it.
She looked very comfortable. Like,
Yeah.
she just looked like that's something that she wanted to do.
Yeah.
And she looked good doing it. I liked it. I think another part of the performance that I liked, even though a little bit of the performance was like giving me a headache.
Why?
All the camera spinning. I don't know. Maybe I have vertigo or something. It just was like giving me a headache. But what was I about to say? I liked Samuel L. Jackson too.
Yeah. So with the Samuel L. Jackson stuff, well, with Serena, when I saw her, I just thought that was a diss for Drake. That's what I just thought. I was like, oh my God, and he got his old chick, you know? And then I didn't know it was so in depth and so layered like that. Like, wow. That's all I want to say. Wow. The Samuel L. Jackson, like showing them the game. I was like, wow, life is a game, and you do lose a life when you get us all together, and that's messed up because, you know, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey. Like, it's always you know, when we try to come together. The Black in America we have to be dealing in a traumatic response as it relates to how we live in America, and having children in this environment has to be studied. It's like, you know, the Black child that you're going to have is going to have it harder, and but we still rise. Shout out to us.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I think, like, I don't know. I feel I agree with you. Like, I don't have children, but I feel like bringing a child into this world as a Black person is definitely, like, it has this nuances where you are worried about your child, like, after a certain age, or even in a toddler age or perspective. It's just like, when you think about, like, how people view Black boys, like, when they're young, they're so cute. Look at him. Look at little Bill. Look at, you know, like little things like that, right? And then, like, when they get older, they're starting to be looked at as a threat, or something to be cautious about, and it's a child. So,
and it's a people. I feel like it's all of us too. We're all looking to, like, it's really sad, but I feel like we are at a space and time right now where we thought we had to fight. We thought we wanted equality, and what we realized is all that equality, all that equality that we fought for so long is not something that we're ever gonna get, and is cool.
Well,
now it's like, I don't even want to be invited to your party, because if it's not a hell yes, then it's a hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna push my way in so you can act like I'm not there. You ever been in a space where people act like you're not there?
Yeah, probably. But in those spaces, I just leave.
Right.
I just leave, and that's it. I don't know. Like, I don't like when people try to make people feel that way. I think that is very weird. And I think that's just rooted in jealousy. Or just something, because it doesn't make any sense. Nobody should, especially like when it's a group of people doing it to one person's particular. It's just kind of like, what do you gain from that? That's weird.
Yeah, but
what did the person do for you so bad for you to try to ostracize them?
But it happens.
No, I know
it happens all the time. It
does, but like, I don't know. That's why I feel like even in spaces of, like, you know how, like, sometimes, like, racist white people will make you try to feel uncomfortable in certain spaces. I just make them feel uncomfortable when they're in my certain space. Like, if I walk into an elevator and I see a white woman, maybe I might hold my purse tighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just make her look stupid. Just
yeah,
how she makes me.
But it's
you know what I mean? Like, you know, somebody like tries to do something and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna just do it back.
But you know what? It's not just race though, because it's class too. I feel like we do that to each other. Like, we are, that's what I'm saying about the Black in America is living this psychosis that we gotta unlearn, and the only thing that you could do right now in this moment is relax, because we've been fighting for forever. Like, and now it gotta be a situation where you're like, oh, I gotta chill. I gotta chill. And I don't think the world is ready for that, but when they said that the revolution is not going to be televised, I had no idea that we were supposed to turn the TV off. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar and just go lay down. I didn't know. I had no idea. I thought that we would be outside fighting, but we learned from Haiti that when you fight and you get your freedom, is there a freedom? Hey, I think that freedom has to be just. You just
freedom does come at a cost,
but you gotta just let it go. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it gotta be a situation where you just gotta say, you know what, you right. I'm good. You right. That's it. And then just move in my own space and do my own thing and circulate my dollar in my own way with my own situation. And then, cause it's like chips. Like chips taste really good. When it's somebody else's chips. When somebody wants your chips, you be like, oh my God, damn, here's the chips. But when you get your own chips, but if people don't want your chips, when people don't want your chips, you're like, oh, you don't want my chips? No, I'm good. Eat your chips. Eat your chips. You're like, you don't want my chips? My chips are the best. Yeah, eat your chips. It's good. I don't eat chips.
You don't eat chips.
I don't eat chips. I do eat chips, but I don't eat chips. I don't want chips that I gotta fight for every time. If you don't want me to have your chips, it's cool. I'll get my own chips some other way. And I don't need as much chips as you do. Because American greed is crazy. This is a bar. Me. No.
You're confusing me, or it's going over my head. I'm just like, chips.
So the chips are the metaphor of the American dream.
Okay.
Right. The person with the chips is the haves. The people that want to get some chips are the have-nots. And at a certain point, your chips are so good because somebody wants your chips. But then when someone says, I don't want your chips, you can keep your chips. It's
making sense.
Doesn't feel as good because nobody wants them.
Chips.
Yeah, nobody wants them now.
Because I got the chips. Not the poor people got the Doritos.
Right. And nobody wanted
now
the Vegeta.
I want something else. Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
And nobody wanted the Doritos. And before, when we were in a situation where, like in the 60s, when they were burning down cities in America because of all the racial inequities or whatever, they like racist white people said, oh, they burnt down their own neighborhoods. But now with gentrification, our neighborhoods are your neighborhoods. So what's happening? It's a lot. We got a lot of nuances, but luckily our people are really, really
resilient, I guess.
Resilient and always thinking about God and all that stuff. So we've never said, oh, we just say it's going to be okay. And it is going to be okay. You just got to sit back and relax and enjoy this little ride. They say one thing that I've heard that's amazing. And my friend Shep Kelly said it to me. And it's because I was dealing in this relationship. She said, Onika, you could be the show or you could watch the show. And I said, I'm going to watch. I
don't know. I feel like you're 100% right. You could be the show or you could watch the show. And I feel like black people are watching the show. And that we just going to see how it unfolds. But it's just sad to see, like, other minorities getting sent back to
their countries.
Sad. But
it's sad.
Yeah, it's sad.
Just leave it right there. Sad.
That's all you can say. It's sad, and all you can do is really just pray for their families because, like, that's a lot, especially if you've been somewhere your entire life and then now you're being displaced because someone says, hey, you were born somewhere. This is where you need to go back to. And it's like, I don't even know anyone from where I was born at. That's the point of me coming to America.
Not your fight.
No, I know. Yeah. That's why it's just sad.
But they said, not your monkey. You can't, like, we do have our own things in America. We're still waiting for reparations. So
we're never getting that.
Yeah, well. It's still on the table.
If America gives us reparations, they're going to be in so much debt.
America's in so much debt already.
No, but it's going to get worse because there's...
No, it won't.
It won't.
The migrants that came here got thousands of dollars and was put up in luxury hotels. And America did that by the hundreds of thousands. They have money, they make it. Don't ever say that we're not getting reparations, because they owe us money. Reparations is like this. You lend somebody $20 and then you say, can I get my $20 back? And they say, oh, I don't got it. And then you watch their Instagram story and they bought a Gucci belt. You be like, wait. And Balenciagas. And they gave China some stuff, and they gave Asia some stuff, and they gave Ukraine some stuff, and they gave all these people some stuff, and you like, but what about my $20? So now
all
you know,
wanted was 20. All you wanted was what you gave.
Right, right. But and so when you
and then it just comes off disrespectful.
Right. So now you're disrespectful. So now I can't ever say I'm not getting my reparations, because you owe me that bread, America, and you have it.
Yeah,
you have it, because I've seen you give it so many times. And just in New York alone, you've seen what happened. Like, people are homeless here with no place to live, been in shelters for years, and people come here from another place and they have a different status, and they're in luxury hotels paying market rate a night. But you got that money. Never say that they can pay. They just don't want to pay. But the chickens come home to roost. And America, I love you. You're my home. You're the only home that I know. And I've been other places. And I don't want to live any other place. I've been other places, and I've been to the Caribbean. I've been to Dubai. I've been to a lot of places in the world, and I love it here. But you got to get better, girl. You a whore. You got to get better.
I'm a first generation,
Mm-hmm.
And I am a little worried about all of this, right? I'm like, what if they just say, like, if your parent wasn't a full citizen when you were born, you don't belong here anymore.
Then bye.
Right?
I'm sorry.
Because I remember helping my mama with the test.
Yeah, you'll go back, but we'll still work together because we'll have Zoom. And trust me.
Y'all wouldn't go to Ghana. Ghana's offering every descendant of all that full citizenship.
But the other piece you got to say to yourself, go to Ghana to people that have not left Brooklyn.
Yeah. Some people never even left their neighborhood. There's a lot of people in New York City and the 5 boroughs that never been to Manhattan. Or never been to Jersey and never been to. I mean, it's like all right, take the train there, but a lot of people just are confined to their own area and their own neighborhoods.
It's like Gilligan's Island. When I grew up in East New York, we didn't go. A lot of you just was there. You didn't even see the city. You thought that this city was your project 4-block radius, and that is, and travel is a mindset. And most people, and I'm not even talking about just urban people in West Virginia have never came out of those mountains. So so we're all living in our own little heaven and hell. So that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I don't really know how to feel about like being told to be sent back somewhere, only because like this is where I'm from. But I couldn't imagine, especially like if this is where you've been your entire life. But also, like she said, it's just kind of like, I don't even know. It's just sad.
It's sad. Cause
what can you do? It's just, first of all, when his 4 years is done, can you come back?
Well, they'll change the laws.
If they like renege the law.
They'll change the laws. But the other piece, and I wanted to end this on a high note, but the other piece is, I was asked recently, why did black people vote for Trump? And now I didn't vote for Trump, but, and I'm going to take a liberty that I'm going to ask y'all permission, but black people are tired. Right? Tired of the black vote, tired of doing the same thing the same way, getting the same result. And so they tried something different. But the other piece is, it doesn't benefit us anyway. So just imagine the next person that we vote in if this don't get right for us. Before it was 92% and 70 something percent. So think about that 30% and think about that 12% or whatever the percentages are. I'm not good at math, but whatever those percentages are, those things will double, because what's happening is what we seen now as a culture is no matter what we do, we're not going to be invited to the party. Even though we invite you to the cookout, you're never going to bring us to the tea party. So, I mean, tea party. Apropos, because Boston Tea Party and y'all tried to get y'all independence from England and then made us y'all know the story. That's all I gotta say. You good?
Yeah.
All right.
See you guys later.
See you later, boo.